The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the August 18th, terrific Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And of course, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we're going to go look at the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what the bulls and the bears, what the buyers and the sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but more importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. Now is not too soon. 877-927-6648. Of course, you can reach out to us internationally, 727-445-1044. So let's go ahead and get this show kick-started on terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes, and welcome to the show. Right now, we have basically a flat market. You've got the Dow off 16 points. The S&P is flat. NASDAQ Composite up 4 points. Russell 2000, the big mover of the day, that's up about 6 points. So I think that's where we should do some investigative work to try to understand what's going on there. Gold is up $7, trading at $13.56. Silver's up 10 pennies at $19.75. Light sweet crude up $1.32. Trade down at $48.11. Leading the charge here to the upside dollar-wise, it is Priceline up $16, a little over 1%. You've got NetApp up 17%, up nearly $5. Alta Salon up $5. Intercept Pharmaceuticals up about $4.70. To the downside, you've got GEO Group down $11. That's 35%. Yikes. Corrections Corp America down $11. That's down 39%. Both those jail private prison facilities. Perhaps they are. I guess we're going to get rid of them. You've got 58.com, Wooba. That's down 15%. That's off $8. China Biologic down to 5. So we've got some individual stocks. Hey, if you want me to take a look at something, because the markets are relatively flat, so there's not a lot to review with you today. Don't turn the show off, but go ahead and send me an email, steve@tfn.com, inside the Tiger's Den. Just fire away with regard to stock symbols, whatever it is you might want to look at, time frames. It doesn't matter out here, because I do want to fill the hour with good content for you. It's just in a flat market like this, there's we're going to run out of stuff to really talk about. Of course, that's never actually happened. So let's at least go ahead and begin. Try to understand what the market is communicating to us. As I said, the index that's got the largest gains right now is the Russell 2000. So let's go see what it's doing. Let's go see what it's doing via the equity futures contract. Take a look at the 30-minute chart out here. So let's pull that over. Again, a 10-minute delay here, but not a big deal. Nothing that has substantially changed. So yesterday, we talked about how when the market was moving lower, it was doing it with less relative energy out there. Well, guess what? So, too, was the Russell 2000. That was at 12 noon. So just before we were coming on the air, an hour before, prices moving lower. Now, at this stage here, it was also making that famous, and I do mean famous, seventh wave move to the downside. Now, how do we know when prices are going to stop? Well, there's one way that we know, and that's just look for a reversal candle. Which what we did last week on Wednesday, right? We spent, you and I, and others that didn't attend who should have. We just simply know that the markets are going to continue going lower until the cavalry arrives, and there it was, the bullish engulfing that formed at 12:30 had some nice follow through on that very next session. Now, what has transpired here is on a 30-minute basis, a Gartley sell pattern. Yeah, so the index that actually got the most strength in it today looks to me like it's got the biggest sell pattern. It has the the D point out here. Now you might say, what the Sam heck are you talking about? Well, let's go take a look at that lightning bolt. From that seventh wave move down at 12 noon, from that low up to the high that formed out here at about 8:30 last night, 10:30 last night, 22:30. I'll get my hours here lined up. That's where it made a intra-session high. That was the B point of the A to B. Markets moved down, make about a 50% retracement into about 8:30 this morning. Now what you can see is what the Russell 2000 did was made a 1 to about 1.272 A to B equals CD to the upside. That is the definition of a Gartley sell pattern because of the large move to the downside. So retracement-wise, might be a 618, might be a 0.786. It really doesn't matter. HM did not put a retracement percentage on his. It's just simply, hey, if you've missed out on a large move, in this case here it was a large move to the downside, and you're looking for the best place to enter. This case here would be the short side. It would be after the completion of an A to B equals CD. Well, you and I know that that pattern doesn't complete, especially because it's been a nice, huge move off of that C point out here. But the cavalry did arrive at 12 a.m. last night. We've seen price pull back. So that is the pattern that is out here, 12 o'clock this afternoon. What the heck am I talking about? Last night. Hello? That's okay. That's life happens for us, not to us. That means just go take that 2x4, whack me upside my head, and we'll go ahead and get my time zone. So you've got a nice little Gartley sell pattern that is inside of the Russell 2000. Is there anything else worth noticing on any intraday? And by intraday, I'm referring to the 30-minute charts. Let's look at the ESmini out here, 30-minute. Nothing yet, although we cannot rule out that it is actually forming an A to B equals CD to the upside. Could be doing that. Could be, should be, maybe not should be. But and the reason why I say we can't rule that out is because the A point was down here. Same thing yesterday. B point out here at looks like wave number 5 here at about 3:30 this morning. Then a little retracement down into about 8:30. That would give you a 1-to-1 price projection to the upside of about 21.93. Now, do I think that's going to happen? I don't. The reason is that if we go take a look at the daily equity futures contracts right here, you're going to see a significant level of resistance. This is the daily. This is the ESmini that we're taking a look at that it has run into, and that is the top of its daily box at 21.8350. That A to B equals CD price projection gave you 21.93. Now, not that that can't happen, but the first indication that that would occur would be some type of close above that 21.84 level. Then you'd be going to 21.91 to 21.93 or so. At this stage, that's not in the cards, at least not at the moment. The other thing I would be watching for out here is, for some type of indication, is a close above the oscillator and change line at about 21.82, 21.8150 or so right now, which is about where we are trading. This doesn't close until 2 p.m. But if we could see a close, I'll give you the exact number out here. If, in fact, the ESmini were to close above 21.8275, then that A to B equals CD to the upside we looked at could be unfolding out there. Let's go take a look at the NQ, see what its 30-minute chart here looks like. Let's just save that until we get back from this breakout here. So flat markets, send in your email, steve@tfnn.com. I'll be happy to look at any symbol. Let me know what time frame it is, whether you're long, you're short, or don't give me any information at all. I will still look at your stock, your futures contract. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee.
See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. No real change in the market, but I'm going to get in on the action inside the discussion about light sweet crude inside the Tiger's Den. Let's go investigate it together out here. And specifically, Daizuga. Nice name. Daizuga is asking, says, hi, Steve, at what level is light sweet crude action could be taken as a change of trend to think about initiating a bullish position? So let's just go take a look at light sweet crude and see what it is that we know about it. And we'll put up a couple of different charts out here. I'll kind of rove around. I'll just kind of move around between two different panels. So as light sweet crude was making the high back here, trading session of June 9th, we know it was making a high with one of our favorite patterns. That was from the swing point, the count here. Let me get my crosshair out here. From the swing point on the day of April the 5th, we can see that if you just simply start counting the waves to the upside, got to a nice little seventh wave out there. And the bears showed up on that trading session of June 9th, created that little dark cloud cover, follow through to the downside. That said that retracements were going to begin. Now, what light sweet crude did was made a 100% move of a move. From the same candle, the same day where we began that wave count on April 5th, price pulled all the way back into that level. And, of course, as price was moving down, it was forming A to B equals CD patterns. It formed really a couple of them. Here's the first one, which you could actually use as the entire set if you'd like, because that formed a 1 to 2 A to B equals CD to the downside. After it formed that 1 to 1 where this bullish engulfing candle formed, which failed to hold as a support. It held the support for about 5, 6, 7 trading sessions, but on July the 21st, it cut loose to the downside. The very next time where you would have had a buy signal was right here on this trading session where you had a nice key reversal day. That was on August the 3rd. You had a bullish engulfing, bull sash type candle. So you had everything that you needed. Plus, I believe that price was coming into that swing point with light volume. Then what happens with light sweet crude, moves off of that, and it pulls back into, in essence, Stevie's oscillator unchanged line. That is the red line that you see on my chart out here. Once price got above it, told us the oscillator was beginning to rise, the price oscillator, that is. That's always at least bullish for a minimum of a counter trend rally, possibly a total change in trend out here. And price found some resistance up at its TAS daily profile high. That's the red dashed line going across my screen. Runs into resistance, comes back and tests support. Now, in this case here, the point of control is not really a support area necessarily, as much as the oscillator and change line. That red line, that is a level of support. And then price just simply like a trampoline took off from there. So Daizuga, the first place where you could have taken a look at a momentum move to get in on the trade out here was when light sweet crude was able to, on that day, close above its TAS market profile and had tested support and moved up. And that was around the $43 level. Now, you might be too late in the game. You'd want to be looking for some type of pullback. What we also know about light sweet crude is that it has broken through a nice little short-term trend line that was in there. That's the blue diagonal line on my screen out here. So, it's broken. That would have been another potential opportunity to have taken a long position out here. I don't see another one as we speak just yet. With regard to whether, and this could absolutely continue to move higher. There's no reason for it to not. P, on a daily basis, and that's what I was asking in the Daggers. On a daily basis, light sweet crude is not overbought if we utilize our relative strength indicator as that mechanism. Because from technically speaking, from its standpoint, it would not get to a overbought standpoint until it got up above the 70% level. You are at 64.51. So there's absolutely no reason for this not to continue running higher. I don't think I have the price oscillator on this chart, but I'm going to go ahead and put it on here right now because you'll be able to see. We're going to see if it's above the zero line. So give me a moment just simply to find that. There we go. I got that. We'll put it on. Oh, let me just make sure that it's not that we give it current action out here, action jackson. So it is not above the zero line. So Daizuga, this still says there has to be a bit of caution inside of light sweet crude. If this was above zero, and obviously because the price oscillator would be rising, that would be saying, hey, you're going to go, it would give us a clear message you're going back towards the highs out here. Now, let's go over to my other charts out here. We're just kind of going back and forth. What else do we know? So with regard to the A to B equals CD, remember it made an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside equal to a 1 to 2 level. So let's go see where we're at right now. I believe it was the 1 to 1.618 that it has achieved thus far. So let's put that up here. Yes, it has. Now, that is the yellow A to B equals CD. Remember, A to B equals CD patterns are nothing more than price projection tools. Well, I shouldn't say that. They're price projection tools that when price hits that projection, you can be looking for the market to turn. You can be. You shouldn't. You can be. Why shouldn't you? You shouldn't until the actual cavalry. You've got to let the market tell you that the pattern is over. There is nothing along this move right here that has told us the pattern is over. So if we were trading on a daily type of chart out here, there's not anything. Hey, it got up to the 1 to 1.272 A to B equals C. Does that mean we should sell it? Absolutely not. It's up to the 1 to 1.618 A to B equals CD. Should we sell it? Absolutely not. The next level is 1 to 2. Hey, you made 1 to 2 to the downside. Does that mean we should sell it there? No. When it made the 1 to 2 to the downside, you had a bullish reversal signal that showed up. You at least want to be able to get the wind at your back or know where you've got a level of to be able to place your stops out here. And at this stage, yeah, I can give you places to place your stops, but you don't have any type of reversal signal. Now, if we take a look at retracement levels out here, you've hit the 1 to 1.618. You're above the 0.618 level, which is 47.56. I don't know where light sweet crude closes the day out, but you're above 0.618. More likely than not, you're going to go to the 1 to 2, A to B equals CD. And that's also the 0.786 retracement, 49.83. Maybe then that price oscillator gets to the zero line and then starts to turn down. Then that would be bearish for light sweet crude, and you would actually want to look at selling it at that stage. We're not there yet. You just have to anticipate the different patterns that are in play out here. If I go to a 30-minute chart and look on a 30-minute chart to see if I can find anything that gives us any sense at all that the price move to the upside is done, I don't have it. I just don't see it. I see price taking on a little resistance level of a 30-minute profile that just formed maybe about a half an hour ago, but price is above that area out here. So on an intraday chart, I don't see it. It'd be difficult for me, Daizuga, to tell you to go ahead and hop aboard just yet. Instead, I would have been looking for those other patterns out there as a better reward to risk trade. So I stay on this one. Just go ahead and keep your hands in your pockets. Don't be surprised to see light sweet crude continue to move higher out there. Hey, on that daily basis, we're only in wave number 2 out there. So a nice, strong move out there. I hope that answers your question with regard to light, sweet, crude. Okay, any other questions that we've got out there? I'll have to go through because I can't really see the data inside the den here just yet. Just the last few sentences. See if there was anything out there that was asked for. So I'm just really. This is just a technical pause because I got 6 seconds before the music starts for the next commercial. But right now we've got the Dow off 17, S&P is flat, Composites up 5, Russell's up 6 points, Gold's up $8, and we'll be back in just a few. Thanks, folks.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Folks, so question that came into the den out here, especially with regard to two stocks like GEO Group Inc. and CXW. I believe they're both inside of. Okay, see, so we got questions coming in. Hey, thanks, folks. Okay, several to take a look at. Hey, thank you to all you listeners. I don't know if I'm gonna do my best to get to all of them. So let me. We'll do this. Make sure that I won't camp out too long on any one out here. Just really get right to your question. So the question was, on a stock like GEO, where is it that you would get signals to take your profits out here? Here's what we know. We just simply look for levels of support and resistance and try to understand, what is an equity doing. So with regard to this, and what I've done is I've taken today's action out here because it just totally flusters the chart out here. So, they're dumping it left and right. And they being the sellers out here. Now, if we take it the most recent swing point high, it takes us back to March 31st in 2016. And the volume up at that level, the high was 35.05, the volume was 784. The first test of that level was back on July 13th with 429,000. So half of the volume, I'm rounding it off, about half of the volume. The very next day, about half of the volume, 417. It was that next day where you had that little bearish engulfing. So you got a bearish engulfing, you got a failure of a swing point, with light volume. You've got the TAS weekly profile as resistance. You're moving into a swing point with light volume. That is clearly a place where you would tighten up your stop. And in fact, if you didn't do it that day, you'd then take a look at the next time, which was just a few days later on July 18th when price tries to move up, only this time with even fewer buyers, 302,000, and then a bearish reversal signal the very next day, July 19th. You even had a test of that area with 295 on July 25th, right? Testing, always doing it with light volume out here, and then it starts pushing lower with volume on July 26th. So there were, somebody knew something. Now, all that really said was that price was likely to fall down to the bottom of the weekly profiles out here in the 32 to 30, 32-ish level. Didn't say it was going to move down to $20.48 with volume, but that would be your traditional swing point test out there. So I hope that answers your question with regard to GEO. It's probably the exact same thing with regard to CXW. Now, let me go to my phone here. Let's see. The first one is from Greg. Says his wife calls me Alan Alda. Okay, I'll take that as a compliment out there. And it says, see, it just has me just totally flustered there. So long natural gas, thinking of closing that out today, 120-minute in leg E. So let's go take a look at it. So he's trading natural gas, trading the UNG, I believe. Is that what you said here? No. Didn't say. Oh yeah, UNG is up in the header out there. So trading the UNG. Let's go ahead and put UNG up here. But he's looking at the 120-minute time frame out there. I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to try to switch to a 120-minute time frame for you, and taking a look at the natural gas contract. That would probably be the most prudent thing for me to do out here, but just give me a moment to try to find it. I don't have the current contract, so I'm going to go ahead. Oh, that was a mistake right there. But you didn't see it online, so I'm going to. Oh, it didn't like that at all. Oh gosh. Just totally. That was a bluster. Oh, I know how to do that. Give me one moment here. It's a good thing you guys aren't seeing the actual mess that I am making out of. So I'm going to put up the 120-minute chart in a few minutes out here. Hopefully my system just kicks in, and we're going to take a look at the continuous contract, Greg, and just see what that is showing us versus the UNG. It sounds to me like you've got the UNG pretty much nailed. Let's see what the actual contract itself is doing, and then answer that question. Now, you're thinking about closing out the position and taking profits. It's never bad. You can never make a bad decision in taking profits, right? So, you've got to do what you believe is right. But let's go take a look at the charts out here. Here's what we know about the 120-minute contract for natural gas. And we'll go take a look at UNG as well, so I can give you some parameters to look at. But as natural gas was most recently moving lower on its 120-minute time frame out here, that's a chart that we are looking at, made a bottom at about 8 o'clock in the evening, and this was on August the 11th. So on August 11th, you actually had a nice little bullish reversal signal that took place at 6 o'clock in the morning on August 12th. Nice little piercing candle, a little bit of follow through to the upside. And then a couple of hours later, you had a little crossover, Stevie's red line, which is important. That is your oscillator and change line that tells us price oscillator is rising. But you had that crossover, the black line out there. We haven't talked about that, but that is a bullish signal out here. So now what we know is that the 120-minute chart is in wave number 6, A, B, C, D, E, versus 5 on the, how'd you like that, being able to count with my fingers. That is Stevie's abacus out there, are my hands. So amazing what I can actually do. Now, if we were to look for an A to B equals CD up pattern out here, we'd be stretching. It would look like this. This is what I would visually see, because you don't see much in the way of retracements out here. So I would probably say that's your A to B equals CD. Hey, on the 120-minute time frame, 269, assuming there's not really much of a delay on my system out here. Let me see. I'm going to just switch over here real quickly and see what the natural gas contract is trading at 269. So we're golden. We're good. You don't have any type. You've got nice wide-ranging bars over the last couple of hours out here, Greg. You know, the problem is UNG is trading off of the natural gas contract. So, you know, if something happens overnight, early in the morning, you know, you might be stuck. But, boy, it looks to me, I don't see anything on the 2-hour chart that would suggest that you would go ahead and close this out. 2-hour chart, you know, looks really pretty nice. Let's take a look at the let's take a look at another daily chart as well. Let me switch to a different set of panels. I want to just get a little bit better perspective here. Daily indexes, because I do track it. I think this is also going to be the continuous contract as well. But that should be okay for our purposes. So, you know, on the way down, just looking for, so on the daily basis, you see all the, now here's, Greg, I can give you a reason to consider taking your profits. And that's this. On the daily basis for this contract, see how prices moved right up into Stevie's red line? That is suggesting, okay, that could be an absolutely a level of resistance out here. So it doesn't mean that it will, but it sure could be. I could understand, you know, I could understand the dilemma right now. So, you know, you've got a couple of different ways to manage it. Let's look at some profiles out here for the actual current contract. Then we'll switch over to the UNG. I said I wouldn't belabor a lot of stuff out here, right? But take a look at this nice little rising price channel. This is after it made an A to B equals CD to the downside on this trading day here of August 12th. You know, typically you have, and that's a Gartley buy pattern, by the way, Greg. So typically there's 5 different types of outcomes you can get with every Gartley pattern. But what we also have out here, and I'll turn off that A to B equals CD, what we also have is a nice little rising price channel out here. So price had come down, basically touched the bottom of it. From a weekly perspective, it's also running into resistance. So maybe, and I don't know what your length of time was on the trade, you know, we got resistance on the TAS weekly profile, that point of control. We got Stevie's red line that said it should be some resistance, regardless of the bar. But it really does look like to me that this wants to make a run for about 284. So I hope that that helps you out, and I do appreciate you listening in. And tell your wife I said thank you out there. And we get back, we're going to go look at the other requests coming in by email, steve@tfnn.com. We'll be right back, folks.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A Share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now, you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So you get the Dow. Well, we're not even going to. It's pretty much just a flat market. But I do want to say thank you to everybody who sent in their requests. Let's get to them right away. So you've got Don, who is vacationing in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Cell phone coverage doesn't work, but he's got internet service and is watching the show. So thank you, Don. So he wants to take a look at Dean Foods. He's looking to take a long position in this around the 1668 level. Notices that it's been consolidating since about 2014. Now, interestingly enough, I'll put this chart up here for you. And if we take a look at the last time that it bottomed, it formed one of our nice bottoms out here, right? Even after that huge wide-ranging bar on the trading session of March 22nd, big volume to the downside. When it finally decided to reverse, it was moving lower, doing it less relative energy out there. It gives you the nice old bullish three-river morning star pattern out here. Said, okay, it had enough work to the downside. And then price made it all the way back up to that supply line area. So that supply line area is in that 1894-ish type range out here. So, you know, with regard to your targets to the upside, as you said, it's been consolidating for a period of time. And so your upside potential is probably, you'd be looking at 1894. Now, price is coming back into that same old swing point low down there in that morning star. That is probably where you're targeting. Let me see that price level of that bottom of that session, which is 1633. The high is 1662. And that swing has got 1.9 million shares out there. So that's what I would be waiting for, is to see what type of volume is coming back as you're getting into that area. Now, you're referring to 1668 as the number. The TAS market profile weekly bottom of its box is 1669. So, you know, God bless you, 1668 and 1669. You may be right on. Make sure volume is starting to deteriorate on the way down, because there is an A to B equals CD that is out here that looks like it was passed with volume. Now, I'm referring to the trading day of July 27th. 1 million shares was passed with 5.4 million shares. So now that A to B equals CD looks like this. Well, I'll put it on here as soon as I go ahead and actuate the tool. There we go. So let's go take a look at this. You have something else to be keeping your eyes on, Don, which is not just these profile levels, but and not just that swing point, but because you are in that A to B equals CD pattern, that price projection pattern, you want to wait to see some type of bullish reversal signal as that is forming. So I like the price area you're paying attention to. I wouldn't pull the trigger until I see some type of bullish reversal signal, and enjoy the camping up in the cool, I would imagine it's cool, Blue Ridge Mountains. Now, we also have a request here from, not from that person. That was just a photo of me doing my show. Suma would like to take a look at a couple of different stocks out here. URA is one of them, so let's go get to that. And can you please look at these for possible buys? Absolutely. So this is global uranium. And again, the ticker symbol there is URA. I guess that would make sense, uranium. Hey, how about that? Is this live or recorded? This is live. Doesn't get any more live than this, J&J. You know, now you're saying that my voice sounds like think that I'm recorded. Oh, my goodness. No, this is live. Totally live out here. Now, we're going to take a look at uranium, or URA as a ticker symbol, looking for a buy in this. So what we know about this as we speak right now, it looks like this is going to go test the 1455 to the 1465 level. That had volume there of 139,000 shares. Today you've done about 50,000, so you're kind of coming into that area light. If you're looking for a buy out here, you know, your ideal buy is going to be a pullback into the bottom of its weekly box in that swing point that's got a bit of volume on June 27th. So let's give you the price range of 1333 to 1386 if price is pulling back with less than 200,000 shares out here. And that's what really sticks out to me as I take a look at them. See, is there anything else that I see? There really isn't. You know, it's got an incompleted. Is that even a word? I would probably be flunked out of grammar school. Actually, let me see if it did complete. The A to B equals CD. Close enough. Close enough. So we're not going to worry about that out here. Hey, that's how I would really take a look at it at this stage. If you really want to get aggressive on this from a buy standpoint, look at 1435, the bottom of its current daily market profile. Real quickly, let me look at UUUU for you. My guess is that's another uranium out here. No, that's Energy Fuels. So as we take a look at this equity, truly a sideways consolidation mode out here. Now, this is about ready to head up into the 271 area. You're trading at 256. Volume today about 177,000 shares. The swing point bottom that it's going to test, that's got volume of 673, so your really light volume out there is 254. You're already in it. So this is coming into a swing point with light volume. It probably gets to 271, and then it makes a move to the downside. Because this has really been trading sideways for so long, your buy on this right now is going to be in the 214-ish area versus 256. So thanks for writing in, and I hope that helps you, and good luck with that stock. Another question here is with regard to Apple. So we got somebody that is long Apple at about the 101 area. AAPL is the ticker symbol, and this individual is looking to carry it and hold it to about the 112 area. So you are at 109 right now. Now, what do we like about Apple? Well, other than its products and the phone here, you know, that I'm using, I guess that would be one thing. We also like, I don't know, do you like Gala apples? Those are pretty good. You know, there's nothing wrong with. What the heck did I just do here? How did I do that? See, I was futzing around, and I really did futz it. But we're going to get back here. So here we're taking a look at Apple. I wanted to go ahead and turn off a couple of things, make it a little bit clearer. So we know that Apple has been traveling in a nice declining price channel, which is, by the way, it is broken out of. So congrats to you for getting in on Apple and riding it up this nice $9 that you're in. Now, what Apple is doing at this stage here is it's coming right back into a swing point area that could be some congestion. So we had volume out here of about 33 million shares, 25 million, 46 is really probably the number, right? And we've gotten up there with 33 million shares just a few days ago, August 16th. We're starting to see some very narrow-bodied candles coming into a wall of resistance out here. Now, that doesn't mean you're not going to get to the 112. I do see the 112 area that you are looking at, but you're really starting to get up into this area with some light volume. It is completing an A to B equals CD. That is clear. Do we see any real kind of reversal? Not really. Here's what you probably, Chris, have to be most concerned with. Let's go ahead and put this chart up on the screen here. And it's been a nice move, no question. As Apple was making its most recent bottom out here, this is the one that I'm referring to back on the trading session of May 12. What we know is that it was moving lower, doing it with less relative energy out there. No seventh wave move or anything along those lines, but it was moving lower with less relative weakness. Now, we've got A to B equals C dependence to the upside. You're in wave number 6, would be 1 count to the upside. If we try counts off of this swing here from June 27th, we're in wave 7. Sphincter muscle ought to start getting tight. And price is moving higher with less relative energy. See, the way that it made the bottom, kind of really the same way right now that it looks like it's making the top out here. Now, you can stay long in this equity, and the oscillator unchanged line is at 108.77. You're at 109.22. If you see a close below this line, you're not going to get a bearish reversal signal today, but you do have that 7th wave. And if you see the oscillator, the price oscillator turn down, not really a good sign out there. So I would say might not be a bad place to consider taking some profits. And that was taking a look at Apple. Looks like it's making at least a short-term top. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how EverBank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? EverBank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? EverBank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. EverBank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. EverBank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
It's 2016 and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, Swim Lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the 3 hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Daryl Martin as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Join David Dwight as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back. We still have some requests out here, but just before we get to that, let's just take a look at what the advanced decline oscillators are doing out here for the New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ Composite, and Dow. All three are still below the zero line. What does that say? It just says we've seen a little bit of a counter trend rally out here. There's nothing that says time to fold the tent. Until that changes, it says that the sellers are really the ones in control, although, in control here, they certainly have not done a ton. But that is the message that the market would provide to us. Okay, so that's where we're at with regard to the markets. I have a question here that is asking about the Japanese yen. Watch your show. How do you think that Japanese yen behavior will influence the stock markets, please? Currently going through 100 like butter. So when I take a look at this chart out here, we're going to take a look at the Japanese yen. We're going to look at the yen futures contract because it is a better way for me to visually allow you to see what's going on when we take a look at correlations. That was the question, the correlation between the yen and the stock market. Now, the top portion of my screen is the T-bond futures. The next panel is the gold contract, and the panel below that is the Japanese yen. Now, when you take a look at these three out here, you'd wonder, you'd almost say, geez, did you really put three different stock symbols up there? And the answer is yes. Those are three different stock symbols. The point is that their behavior somewhat in pretty high correlation mimics each other. Whereas with regard to the ESmini, it's more of, at times it's more of an inverse relationship. But right now you can argue that hey, it's moving higher, so too is the market. I'm referring to the ESmini that's on the bottom panel right now. So I think that to answer your question, traditionally the influencing factor that the yen has seems to be more so on bonds. The traditional impact would be as bonds move lower, then the market should move higher. Whereas where you got the Japanese yen moving higher, bonds have kind of been moving sideways out here. Maybe they should be moving higher. If they move higher, then the markets ought to move lower, right? That would be kind of traditional thought or behavior out here. At this stage, the two that are really connected, seem to be connected at the hip, is the yen and gold. So, I know what you're asking. I just don't see it really with regard to your question with regard to the yen and with regard to the yen, the direct correlation between the yen and the stock market out here. So, so that's my take there. Another question that came in is if I would take a look at ANET. So let's go take a look at ANET. ANET is the ticker symbol, and that is for Arista Networks. And this right now is making its way up to its most recent highs out here. Of course, if I go further back on the chart, we're going to see that there's even higher highs. So right now, what this is contending with is this set of swing points out here from about the trading session of December 29th, 2015, around $79. Now, we're not going to really pay attention to the volume of 825,000 on December 29th during the holiday out here. But if we were, and we were to say that represents real volume, we'd say, well, what the heck is going on today? It's only 400,000 shares, moving into 825,000 shares from a holiday time period. So at this stage, it looks like you've got a bit of resistance right up in this area where you are trading. There was a nice little down thrust back here with about 800,000 shares back on September 9th, 2015. Now, breaking this area would be very nice for you. Let me go ahead and put this up on my other charting system so I can take a look at a couple of other indicators for you, see if there's any divergence out here as it moves up into this resistance, any seventh wave moves to see if it's got anything for you, and voila, it does. So while it's running into resistance out here, who asked me for it? J&J, there's your seventh wave move that formed a couple of days ago. No bearish reversal signal, but certainly stalling right here. I hope that helps you. Hey, folks, thanks so much for sending your request. Makes my day go so much easier. Always great to hear from you, whether by email, by ping in the den, or certainly by voice. Have a great day, folks. We'll see you on Friday.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
You're watching Tiger TV.